Welcome 3BC fans, followers, and everybody else out there. We have a real special event today. We get to try from the very first barrel from Short Mountain bourbon. It's actually their barrel 13. It's bottled in bond, all that fun stuff which we'll be getting into. But to try it today, we have our usual hooligans. We have Ozone Gal.
Hello.
Jim the Skunk Whisperer. Yours truly. And Filthy Lens Ron over there.
Howdy.
And I'm going to start pouring here. And today, our wireless aren't working, so we have the talkie stick. So hopefully nobody will talk without the stick. I don't think that will happen very well here. But to start,
All about protocol.
we're going to go with Ozone Gal. Nobody hears about your protocol. You don't have the stick. There you are.
So this morning we are trying out the Bourbon Whiskey from Short Mountain Distillery. Short Mountain Distillery is based over in Woodbury, Tennessee. It's in Cannon County. It's in beautiful rolling hills of Middle Tennessee. It's a 300-acre farm. They've been producing really amazing moonshine for the last 8 or so years. Great mixers, great for cocktails. Use that in anything that you would normally use the tequila in. Just use moonshine instead. But they are now moving over into whiskeys and bourbons, and they're doing a fantastic job with it. But do go check out the venue. It is, again, it's in Canton County over in Woodbury, Tennessee. It's a lovely drive. Even from downtown Nashville, it's probably just over an hour. But not a bad drive. Most of that is because it's twisty curvy. There's a restaurant that carries locally produced food. Most of the food you're going to be eating, if you're having a regular hamburger, you're probably going to see that kid's mama out in the farm. You're going to see the vegetables that are growing. It's all locally produced, and most of it is going to be certified organic. They're available for events. They're available for weddings. They're available for family reunions and music events. They host a big disc golf event up there every couple of years. But just a really, really great space to check out. So that's what I have to say about them. It's just a great venue. And super nice people. They've been heavily involved in the community since they started. They're always working with nonprofits and helping out with events and things like that. So do check them out. Go up there and spend a weekend, do one of the cocktail classes, get some food, do a tour, and support local products.
You forgot about the veggie burgers. I didn't have the stick.
We'll let you talk in a second about your veggie burger.
Yeah, when we met with Short Mountain, Leslie actually had a veggie burger, so their menu was quite diverse of everything that they had on it, and the food was good. They also helped contributed with a charity that I'm very heavy into, so they were very willing to offer up some help, and I found that very friendly staff and very knowledgeable of what they're doing. But yes, they do want to move more into bourbon instead of the reputation that they've had with moonshine.
So, what are your thoughts on it?
Well, let's take a drink. It goes down smooth, but it does have a peppery taste in the front of my mouth. Be good with a mixer also, and just straight. And try to pair it with a cigar because of the pepperiness, the heat that I'm feeling in the front. Good pairing with a Sweet Jane cigar. So a very good mix if you just want to sit back, relax, and get away for a while. I think it's a good mix.
Well, Ozone, what are your tasting thoughts?
I'm really liking it. I had just a sampling last week, just straight in sort of a communion cup. And it was a little harsh for me, but this morning I have just a couple of little tiny melted ice cubes in it. And like full on vanilla, caramel, all of those things going on. Like I could totally just sit and have a glass of this in the morning when we're getting ready to do this, or after work one evening. But this with just, for me, little ice cube in it would makes it perfect. But super, super vanilla, caramely. I'm kind of thinking that we need to come up with some sort of recipe to cook with it too.
I'm down for that.
Or at least use it as a side, but but no, once again, Short Mountain Distillery makes a great product.
So I was lucky enough, well, and so was Captain. He's behind the camera, so he doesn't have much to say right now, which is sometimes good. Keeps a lot of people out of trouble that way. But while we were waiting on our food, we got invited down to the actual distillery, where their master distiller, Josh Smotherman, was actually about to pour their second barrel of bourbon. So we actually got to assist in pouring the barrel, and I'm sure Captain can mix in some video of that, because we got to do a little sample and everything else while these two stayed up and waited.
In the beautiful venue overlooking the scenic rolling hills of Cannon County.
Was she given the stick?
I'm just going to keep jumping around the stick, and we'll see where this lands. It was really cool. The distiller had some great information, way too much to take in, so I advise you to, when you go there, take the tour. But this is a bottled and bond product, which goes into the barrel, the time, the proof. One of the things that has to be in a single barrel, and this was actually out of their first full either 53 or 55 gallon cask. I know you guys would probably know more than us do, you bourbon followers of us. And the mix ratio, it's got to follow certain standards for bottled and bond. But one of the things they use that most others don't use, except for beer makers, is actually victory malt. And that gives it usually a cakey, biscuity, but in the bourbon mix, it actually brought out some, I think, some nutty flavors. And when I asked about that, he actually said that was from the Victory. So it's got some uniqueness. It's definitely worth giving it a try. And I'm going to sample some more. Anybody else have any more information on Short Mountain? There's a little bit of the first bottle left from the barrel. They're going fast, so get up there, grab your bottle. I think the second barrel may be bottled pretty soon if it's not already. Again, stop by, tell them 3BC sent you. Mm-hmm. Any last words, Ozone?
No, just use it as an opportunity for a staycation. Plan on a whole day. Go up, check out downtown Woodbury. There's some super adorable boutiques and antique stores there. Go up to Short Mountain and spend the rest of the afternoon. Do a tour, do the cocktail class. The cocktail classes are a ton of fun. And have some beverages, have some food, maybe do another class, but it's a great way to spend an entire day.
All right, Billy Lenz.
Yeah, enjoy the ride. The ride up there through the winding roads is very calming. I have a tendency of trying to get places in a very fast fashion, but take your time, enjoy the scenery, enjoy the trees. Now that it's coming spring, the leaves start coming back up. It was a very enjoyable ride on top of the experience that we had at Short Mountain when we were there last week.
Excellent. Well, make sure you like, follow, and comment on Short Mountain's social media pages and definitely the 3BC pages. And there's probably a little bell somewhere in this area. So if you want to get all of our notifications, hit the bell. It's right in here. We'll see you soon. 3BC.